The ocean is Earth's oldest storyteller. It has been here for over 4 billion years, shaping continents, hiding mountains, swallowing cities, and erasing entire chapters of human history. Beneath its rolling surface lie shipwrecks, sunken temples, forgotten civilizations, and even mysteries that defy explanation. To look out at the sea is to stare at the greatest archive on the planet, an archive we can barely read. More than 70% of Earth is covered by water, yet we have explored less than 10% of the seafloor. The rest remains shrouded in darkness, pressure, and silence. And in that darkness lie secrets that could rewrite history. Yonaguni, the Japanese Atlantis in 1986. Off the coast of Yonaguni Island in Japan, a diver discovered something that should not have been there: massive stone structures, terraces, and steps seemingly carved with precision. Some believe this is a natural rock formation shaped by currents and erosion, but others insist the formations are man-made remnants of a prehistoric city swallowed by the sea. The Yonaguni monument features what look like platforms, symmetrical staircases, and flat plazas. If these are man-made, they could date back over 10,000 years, to a time before the last ice age ended, suggesting advanced human settlement long before we believed civilization began. Whether natural or artificial, the monument is one of the ocean's most enduring puzzles, and divers from around the world travel to Yonaguni to see it for themselves, swimming among the ghostly steps of what could be an underwater city. Pavlopetri, the drowned city of Greece. Unlike Yonaguni, Pavlopetri's story is clear. It was once a thriving city, located off the southern coast of Laconia, Greece. Pavlopetri sank beneath the sea around 1000 BC, likely due to earthquakes and shifting land. Underwater archaeologists have mapped streets, houses, courtyards, and tombs. The city reveals a glimpse of Bronze Age life, trade networks, urban planning, and even evidence of textile production. Walking through Pavlopetri today, or rather, swimming through it, feels eerie. The streets are still there, but no one walks them. The houses still stand, but no voices fill them. It is as though time froze, leaving behind a city preserved in watery silence. The Baltic Sea anomaly, a modern mystery. In 2011, a team of Swedish treasure hunters scanning the Baltic Sea floor found a strange object shaped like a disc, about 200 feet in diameter. Sonar images revealed something that looked unnervingly like the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. Speculation exploded. Was it a crashed UFO, a secret World War II structure, a natural rock formation? Divers reported out electromagnetic interference near the site and claimed that the object appeared 2 half steps leading to it. Scientists remain skeptical, attributing it to unusual geology. But the mystery endures. The Baltic Sea anomaly reminds us that not all of the ocean's secrets are ancient. Some are still being discovered right now. The lost fleet of Kublai Khan in 1274 and again in 1281. Kublai Khan, grandson of Genghis Khan, tried to invade Japan. His fleet was massive, thousands of ships carrying tens of thousands of soldiers. But both invasions failed when typhoons, called kamikaze or divine winds, destroyed the fleets. For centuries, the story was legend. Then, in 2015, archaeologists discovered the remains of these fleets off the coast of Japan. Anchors, weapons, ship timbers preserved in the silt. Each artifact is a time capsule, telling of a moment when history hung by a thread. If those fleets had succeeded, Japan might have fallen under Mongol rule, changing the entire course of East Asian history. Lake Baikal, freshwater secrets. Not all mysteries lie in the ocean. Some are hidden in the world's deepest lakes. Lake Baikal in Siberia is the oldest and deepest freshwater lake on Earth, holding 20% of the world's unfrozen freshwater. Russian divers have reported strange phenomena here: mysterious lights beneath the water, unusual temperature shifts, and even encounters with what some described as humanoid figures in silvery suits. While most scientists attribute these reports to natural phenomena or optical illusions, Lake Baikal continues to inspire conspiracy theories about hidden bases and secret civilizations. Beneath its depths, the ghost fleet of Truk Lagoon in the Pacific lies, one of the largest underwater graveyards in the world. Truk Lagoon, now called Chuk Lagoon, during World War II. It was Japan's main naval base in the Pacific. In 1944, the U.S. launched Operation Hailstone, sinking dozens of Japanese ships today. Those ships rest on the lagoon floor, frozen in time. Tanks, fighter planes, even sake bottles remain exactly where they sank. Divers call it the Ghost Fleet. Swimming through Truck Lagoon feels like time travel. The ocean has preserved an entire battlefield. A haunting reminder of the cost of war and how the sea can become a tomb. Atlantis, a cautionary tale or a real memory. Atlantis remains the crown jewel of ocean mysteries. Plato's story of a mighty island nation destroyed in a single day and night has captivated philosophers, adventurers, and dreamers for over 2,000 years. Some researchers claim Atlantis was a metaphor for hubris and the downfall of a corrupt society. Others have tried to locate it everywhere from the Azores to Antarctica. In recent years, satellite images of supposed grid-like patterns on the Atlantic seabed reignited speculation. Though most scientists attribute them to natural features or sonar artifacts. But what if Atlantis is not one place, but a memory of several places? Some theorists suggest that global sea level rise after the last ice age about 12,000 years ago drowned numerous coastal settlements. To ancient people, watching their villages swallowed by the ocean, it might have felt like divine punishment, a story worth passing down. Lemuria and Mu, the other lost continent. Lemuria was originally a 19th century scientific hypothesis, invented to explain why lemur fossils existed in both India and Madagascar. Though geology later disproved the idea, it sparked the imagination of writers and occultists. They turned Lemuria into a mythical lost land, home to an ancient, wise race whose knowledge was lost when their continent sank. A similar legend exists about Mu, a supposed sunken continent in the Pacific Ocean, popularized by author James Churchward in the early 20th century. According to him, Mu was the cradle of civilization, with technology so advanced it rivaled our own. No evidence for Lemuria or Mu exists, yet the stories persist, showing humanity's deep longing for an origin story hidden beneath the waves. Hybrasil, the phantom island off the west coast of Ireland. Sailors spoke of an island called Hybrasil that appeared only once every 7 years. Early maps even marked its location. Explorers searched for centuries but never found it. Some believe Hybrasil was simply a mirage or optical illusion, a trick of light on the sea. Others think it might have been a real island that has since sunk. Hybrasil entered folklore as a mystical place, a paradise, a land of plenty, or even a home to mysterious beings. Its legend may have inspired later stories of Brigadoon and Avalon. The cursed shipwrecks, ghosts at sea. The ocean holds not just lost cities but also lost souls, and their stories can feel eerily alive. The Mary Celestine, 1872. The merchant ship Mary Celeste was found adrift in the Atlantic, completely intact, but her crew had vanished without a trace. The ship's cargo was untouched, the lifeboat missing, and no sign of struggle was found. Theories range from piracy to mutiny to seaquakes, but none fully explain why the crew would abandon a perfectly seaworthy vessel. To this day, Mary Celeste remains one of the sea's great ghost stories. The Flying Dutchman. Sailors have long spoken of a phantom ship doomed to sail the oceans forever, glowing eerily on the horizon. Known as the Flying Dutchman, this legend has terrified crews for centuries. Some historians believe the tale began with real sightings of mirages at sea, a phenomenon called fata morgana, where light bends to make distant ships appear ghostly and floating above the water. But to sailors, the sight was an omen of doom. The Bermuda Triangle. No discussion of ocean legends is complete without mentioning the Bermuda Triangle, a region roughly between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, where ships and planes have reportedly vanished under mysterious circumstances. Some explanations are rational: sudden storms, powerful currents, methane gas eruptions, or navigational errors. Others are fantastical: alien abductions, time warps, or underwater portals. Whatever the truth, the Bermuda Triangle has claimed enough ships and planes to cement its reputation as one of the ocean's most haunted places. The ocean has a storyteller. Of these legends, Atlantis, Lemuria, Hybrasil, the Mary Celeste, the Flying Dutchman blurs the line between history and myth. They tell us as much about ourselves as they do about the sea. When we imagine sunken continents, we are imagining what we lost: entire worlds, perhaps more advanced than we know, wiped away by the ocean's power. When we tell stories of ghost ships, we are expressing our fear of the unknown, of being alone on an endless horizon. Beyond the myths, while skeptics dismiss these stories as fantasy, many of the world's greatest discoveries were once considered myths. Troy was thought to be a legend until it was excavated. Viking voyages to North America were dismissed until Lanzox Meadows was found. So perhaps somewhere beneath the waves, there is an Atlantis, or Lemuria, or another forgotten city waiting to be uncovered. The last frontier on Earth. More than 80% of the ocean remains unmapped and unexplored. This means that we know more about the surface of Mars and the Moon than we do about the depths of our own planet. Things are changing. Every year, teams of researchers launch missions using remote-controlled submersibles, autonomous underwater vehicles (AUVs), and high-resolution sonar to map the seafloor. One of the most ambitious projects is Seabed 2030, a global effort to map the entire ocean floor by the year 2030. With each new survey, we discover underwater mountains, vast trenches, and previously unknown ecosystems, rewriting our understanding of Earth. Exploring the depths, modern submersibles can dive deeper than ever before, carrying humans to places that were once completely inaccessible. DSV limiting factor, a state-of-the-art submersible, has repeatedly reached the deepest point on Earth. The Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench at nearly 11,000 meters below the surface. Robotic explorers like ROV Jason or AUV Sentry can stay underwater for days, gathering samples and capturing HD video of alien-like deep-sea creatures. These expeditions have revealed hydrothermal vents where superheated water gushes from the seafloor, supporting bizarre ecosystems of giant tube worms, crabs, and microbes that thrive without sunlight. New discoveries, cities, shipwrecks, and clues to the past. In recent years, several breathtaking finds have surfaced. Literally, the Endurance, the ship of polar explorer Ernest Shackleton, was discovered in 2022, astonishingly well preserved under Antarctic ice. Its discovery was called one of the greatest archaeological finds of the century. Entire sunken landscapes have been mapped off the coasts of the UK, revealing rivers, hills, and hunting grounds that were above water during the Ice Age. In the Black Sea, researchers discovered dozens of ancient shipwrecks so well preserved that ropes and carvings are still visible, protected by the oxygen-free waters at depth. Each find is a time capsule, offering clues about how people lived, traveled, and traded thousands of years ago. The role of AI and satellites, artificial intelligence, and satellite technology are now crucial tools in ocean exploration. AI can sift through terabytes of sonar data, spotting anomalies that might be shipwrecks or geological features worth investigating. Satellites can detect tiny variations in sea surface height caused by underwater mountains or craters, allowing scientists to see the shape of the ocean floor from space. This technology was even used in the search for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. Showing how ocean mapping is not just about science, but also about solving modern mysteries. The race against time. Unfortunately, while technology is racing ahead, so are the threats to our oceans. Climate change, overfishing, and deep-sea mining could destroy fragile ecosystems before we even know they exist. Some scientists argue that we must balance exploration with conservation. The ocean is not just a curiosity, it regulates our climate, produces much of the oxygen we breathe, and sustains life on Earth. The future, what we might find, what secrets still lie hidden beneath the waves. Undiscovered species. Scientists estimate that millions of marine species remain unknown to us, including giant creatures lurking in the deep. Ancient settlements. As sea levels rose after the last ice age, entire coastlines were flooded. We may yet find cities older than Mesopotamia. Meteorite impact sites. Craters hidden under the ocean could hold clues to mass extinctions or even the origins of life itself. Some futurists imagine underwater research stations and even habitats for humans, turning the deep sea into a new frontier for exploration and perhaps one day, settlement. The ocean's message. When we peer into the ocean's depths, we are not just looking at water, we are looking at time. The seafloor holds a record of Earth's history, from ancient climate changes to the movements of continents. It holds our own history to shipwrecks, artifacts, even entire lost worlds. Perhaps that is why the ocean has always felt so mysterious. and powerful. It is the planet's memory, and we are just learning how to read it. Conclusion: the phrase secrets beneath the waves is no longer just poetic, it's literal. Every year we peel back another layer, and every answer we find brings more questions. The ocean reminds us of something humbling, that despite satellites, supercomputers, and deep-sea robots, there are still places on Earth where no human has ever been. And maybe that's the greatest mystery of all, that in the 21st century, when so much of the world feels mapped and explained, there are still frontiers left to explore.